Alright, today we got some issues on our stroke limiter on a GSX pin setter. I'm going to bring the stroke limiter right here. Underneath you got your tube, support the table. And I'm going to bring you over and give you a close-up look at this. If I can get you free. Kind of in a bind here. Okay. Try not to get you too close. The stroke limiter, point you around, right here, you can see it's inside there, it's totally sheared off, that bolt on the top. Right in there, it broke completely off. So I got to take that shock absorber from the stroke limiter out. And I'm going to have to disconnect the bracket at the top that's held in. It's right up here on the top. Let me zoom out a little. Got to take out this bracket on the top. There's nuts on both sides. It's 13 millimeter, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, that's going to be 13. And my top bolt on the top here, that's a 17 millimeter. And to get this solenoid out, I'm going to pause you because just so you can get a look at where I'm at. I am down inside the side of the pin setter machine here. I'm going to put you on pause, and I'm going to get down in a better position to show you the other parts I have to extract to get that shock out of there. Alright, so now I'm actually down inside the pin setter on the 7-pin side, right next to the kickbacks. I'm looking up at the stroke limiter. There's the stroke limiter's shock absorber. I'm going to have to extract a retaining clip from the inside here. Try and get you back. There's a retaining clip. Man, that's super bright. Let's see if I can tone it down some. I have to extract a retaining clip off of that actual shaft coming through the base of the shock absorber. You want to take the retaining clip off of the inside because it's easier to extract it to go out to what would be the left side of your screen away from the 7-pin. If you try and bring it in the inside, you're going to end up hitting that bolt. You'll hit this bolt right here and it ends up just getting in your way. Sorry about the dim and bright lighting situation here. So I'm going to extract a retaining clip. A little light. I'm going to extract the retaining clip right off of this shaft. Then I have got 3 millimeter Allen set screws on either side that I need to break free off of this shaft, and I'm going to bring the shaft out to the left side of your screen. Alright, I got y'all set up. I got to get this split ring off up here, but the holes are not lined up with me. You can take your shaft, rotate it on the inside till they get lined up on the outside where you can extract them easier. Got my split ring pliers. Try not to get in the camera's way here. There we go. Dang. Come on. There. Bend it out just enough to get it over that shaft. Don't stretch your split ring out. There it is. Alright. Next step, I'm taking my 3 millimeter Allen. I'm going to rotate the shaft back around to me. Get these Allen heads facing me. Right there. I'm going to break these free. Alright, those are all loose. I'm going to pull the shaft out and be sure to catch these Allen set, not really a bushing, but retaining ring, I guess. Don't know the exact name right offhand. Pull them both out. I got lots of oil coming off of this shock. Don't want to get it on me. There we go. Lifted it completely out. Alright, now I got the bottom part out. I'm going to get you back up to the top. We're going to take off that top plate, get it off. Alright, now we're back up top here. Squeeze back down. Whew. Tight fit. Damn. I need to speak to my lighting specialist. Alright. So I got 13 wrench, 13 ratchet. I'm going to lift the stroke limiter up a little bit because it's catching on the actuator. There we go. There are bushings, plastic black bushings in this bolt that I'm taking out. Don't lose them. Let's see if I can make this faster. See if I can cheat this system. Let's back up and punt. The reason I want to put it back in is when I was bringing it out, it felt kind of tight. Makes me think there's some type of thread locker on there. Save myself some steps here. There we go. See if I can extract this top bolt. I made a different socket. I'm going to put you on pause while I get the tools. Okay, so I got my 17 socket. Oh yeah, this is going to save some steps. So scratch it I was trying to do earlier. You don't fix everything every day. Start to forget a few steps. Which is like riding a bike. Came back to me. There's a washer on top. Try not to lose it. Alright, so that's the broken off shaft part that came out of the, see if I can get you right in the middle. That's that broken off part from the stroke limiter solenoid, or gas shock, hydraulic shock. Alright, so I got my new one here. Go ahead and get my 17 back. Break it free. Back in, line it back up. Something's not right. Okay, it's got a brass bushing on it here. This brass bushing wasn't in the other one. Yeah, that's the fit I was looking for. Okay. Put the washer back on it. Nylon lock nut. 17 millimeter. Let's tighten it down. Alright. It's free spinning, so I'm going to hold the rubber bumper that's on the top of this shock absorber. Keep it from spinning while I tighten this nut up. Alright, that's good. Now it's time to head back down to the bottom part, install that shaft back through, and the lock nut, or the Allen set screws on the lock collars. Alright, so we're back at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and shove that solenoid, or that shock absorber, back up. Get my lock collars back in. Coming back in from the 7-pin side, basically. Where's my collar? Where's my lighting? There. Alright. So, get the collar in. Like so. Alright. I'm going to raise the shock up. Run it through. Come on. Work with me. Yeah. There. Get my second collar. Put it in. Yeah. Come on. Whatever do to you. It's your home. Got a little bit of pressure. There. Alright, back in. Get my split ring back out. Split ring pliers. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and load it into the pliers first. Save me from having to figure it out when it's up in there. Just barely put tension on it. Sounds like we got some groups coming in behind me, so I'm going to pick up my pace. Spread just enough to get it on there. Make sure, if you rotate it a bit, you can make sure it's lined up. Okay, so that's on there good. Now I'm going to put these, I'm going to center up that shock to the best of my ability. Good. Now, don't matter where, I'm going to line these up equally across, but I'm pointing it to me to do the work, and remember, it free spun earlier, so don't really matter how you get them facing. Not like the pin return chute socks, when you go to switch them out, and that hose clamp is locked clear on the inside, and you got to bend your arm and your neck clear around to undo that pin return chute. You'll know what I'm talking about when it happens. Alright, there we go. Set this one up, lock it down. Torque on it. Alright, that should be it. I'm going to pull you out. I'm going to cycle the machine. Hopefully it'll work. Alright, so whenever we started this video, the errors we were having, and the issue was the table was going down further than it should have on the short stroke. And whenever it went the complete distance to go down to set the pins, it wasn't even setting the pins, and that because that shock wasn't holding the stroke limiter at the angle that once it was pushed out of the way, I'm not going to actuate the stroke limiter because it'll flip my pins because they're spring loaded. It wasn't allowing this to clear all the way out of the way of the T-stop at the top of this tubing. So now that I got everything set up, it should run right. Got everything out of the way. I'm going to run it one time, make sure it sets properly. Get my covers off the top. Now it'll come down and it'll stop and check, stop short and check for the pin. Good. Back up. Alright, looks like we're all operational. Alright, I got it back in frameworks, and I'll set you up and I'll show you that broken part a little better. Sorry. Alright, so here we got the shock absorber for that stroke limiter. As you can see, it did shear off from the bottom here. What I'm probably going to do, I usually don't throw these away. I check through the book, see if I can order parts just to fix this shaft.
I do know that in the past I've ordered the springs for the inside here. I've had springs break out, which doesn't return my shock to an up position, it just stays down. So I'm going to see if I can order an actual shaft before I decide to waste any of this, and even if something else goes wrong, I know I can use all these lower parts, so I wouldn't want to waste those, and I know there's still a good spring inside there. So when I push down on it, it springs back out. So don't just throw away the parts when you get them. Sometimes Brunswick will sell the actual insides to fix them instead of having to buy the entire piece itself. And that's it on the stroke limiter solenoid this time. Thank you.